Okay, we're in the Shevchenko Jessica I fight, and we're going to look at a different style of wrestling now. Um, Shevchenko is an amazing open mat wrestler, and I think the wrestling actually comes from a Thai boxing background. She's really good at offsetting the weight, like Thai boxers are when they're in the clinch. So I'm going to talk through this. It's a different style of doing things. It has some styles some style that we'll talk through that is wrestling, but it's mainly the offsetting bit that I really love on Shevchenko. I love you. If you ever see this and you ever want to. Anyway, moving on before I do something silly. Right, Shevchenko. Be professional, Finn. Be professional. So we're seeing Jessica I. We're seeing Shevchenko. Jessica I is going to throw her heart and soul into this hook, which she sets up from the very bowels of hell. Yeah. And Shevchenko has most beautiful head movement. She does go to palm the hand across, but she doesn't really need it. But she changes level. Jessica I has thrown her heart and soul into this, so she actually runs into Shevchenko's takedown. Now we've seen that Shevchenko has her foot really deep within the control zone. In fact, Jessica's going to actually set her hips up on top of Shevchenko's hips, which is really nice of her. We're going to see Shevchenko turn the corner and get a grasp. She initially goes for the C grip, but she reckons that she can get a tighter grip, and she collects her own wrist. Now, when she collects her own wrist, what this becomes is we've got a set of right angles here. We've got a shoulder that is in Jessica I's solar plexus here. So at this moment, Jessica cannot lean forward. She's being rotated around this pirouette spot, which we're going to talk about in a minute. So we've got Shevchenko controlling the rotation. We've got her shoulder, Shevchenko's shoulder in the solar plexus, and then we've got a straight bar of a shoulder connecting here with the upper body. Her head's against the laps of Jessica I, and she's got her ear pressed in there nice and tight. We've also got a right angle here, and what she's going to do is she's going to form this bar across the top of Jessica's hips, which basically means she's going to drag that in. This is going to be like flat, so it's not rounded, it's like a flat bar. She's going to pull this elbow in, she's going to pull this wrist in, and she's going to lift this elbow here and turn Jessica in this direction. I mean, it's beautiful offsetting. Okay, so she's going to pull, see how she pulls that elbow in? Pulls that elbow in really, really nice and tight, pulls that in, drives with the head, and pushes her shoulder up into the breadbasket. Normally what we would see from a wrestler at this point is we would not normally necessarily see them lift this elbow as high as this. Yeah, but she's actually going to offset Jessica's weight so that she has to rotate and make a step. It's beautiful. So we're seeing Jessica I now, look how she's being bent over the back. There's no way that she can have any control in this clinch. She hasn't got an underhook, she hasn't got anything. She's actually being folded out over here. Now Shevchenko often makes a mistake of putting people against the cage, and this offsetting doesn't really work against the cage because he can lean against the cage. Anyway, I digress. So Shevchenko now goes back and puts this foot into the control zone, or she's swung Jessica over this foot into the control zone, and she has her hips now loaded against her own hips. Everything's compressed in here. She's getting her to fold back. It's absolutely beautiful. As she now crushes everything, she drives Jessica, making Jessica bend backwards. Jessica's trying to lift the face, but what's happening is you can see her arching her spine more and more. We're now going to see Shevchenko step forward and block the foot of Jessica I. So she's going to step next to it, and with that she's going to get contact on this thigh. So she's gauging where this thigh is. She's lifting this elbow and pulling down with this elbow and taking Jessica into that thigh. So she's taking Jessica's upper body, you can see that it's leaning in this direction, onto this thigh. What that's going to mean now is that as Jessica steps with the other foot, she has no weight on this foot. She, to stop herself falling over, would have to get this foot all the way around here, because Jessica's weight at this moment is going down here. Yeah? So we're seeing Jessica having to try and pirouette around there. She can't do it because this flat bar is holding her back. This elbow is lifting her up, and this is being put down. All her weight now is on this foot. Okay, and we're going to see Shevchenko now just sit down on that leg. This leg straight, and she's going to push it through in this direction. At the same time, she's going to lift this elbow, she's going to drive this elbow down, and she's going to look at putting Jessica down in this spot here. So we can see a kick, knee or thigh knock the legs from underneath her. We can see the rotation of the hips over the thigh. We can see her looking at the ground, lifting the right elbow and dropping Jessica perfectly on to the ground. And the beautiful move that this is means that Jessica lands in side control with Shevchenko. Come on. Shevchenko in a very scary place of control. This is wonderful open mat stuff. It's a lot to do with Shevchenko's strengths in Thai boxing and stuff. She's able to make people step on feet, put their weight on feet, and then with her dexterity of her legs, she's then able to slice posts from underneath them, making them not be able to put posts down in the right place. It's a beautiful takedown by a beautiful woman. Okay, and again, it's kind of a different theme than the wrestling styles that we see. But again, there's lots of wrestling in Thai boxing, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you can add it to your game, and I hope that she does for me one day. Alright, cheers, bye.